Hello, Flat Earth researchers, debaters and debunkers. I'd like to, if I may, read a few passages from the book I'm writing about the Flat Earth journey, and this section is titled Globe Predictions Never Proven True. Heliocentric globe pushers love to say that only the globe model makes accurate predictions of phenomena such as sunrises and sunsets, seasons, star positions, lunar cycles and eclipses. However, such a claim is both ignorant and totally false. As far back as 4,000 to 5,000 years ago, way before the Copernican revolution in the 1500s, astronomers were reportedly mapping the skies and making predictions about what they would see at certain times of year without insisting the Earth had to be a globe. Those idiotic flat earthers of old, and possibly many unknown civilizations before them, were quite capable of making predictions without presupposing the dimensions or shape of the Earth itself. In fact, the geocentric view of the universe, putting Earth at the centre of creation, was a more complex arrangement of wandering stars orbiting in epicycles that the Babylonians and the Greeks understood well. They surmised that the stars were in a shell encasing the heavens. While early models of the universe didn't necessarily have explanations for the way patterns were created by the wandering stars, they reflected patterns we often see in nature, such as the way petals are arranged in a lotus flower, or the geometric spirals of a shell, which we have no real way of knowing how or why they are created that way, apart from seeing the obvious intelligent design in everything natural around us and above us in the sky. The heliocentric model, on the other hand, or the solar system taught in schools, aimed to remove the Earth from the centre and send it spinning around a massive sun 93 million miles away in the aftermath of a cosmic accident commonly known as the Big Bang. The orbits of the wandering stars were simplified to represent circles or ellipses, with an explanation that gravity was doing all the work to keep the planets in perpetual motion, for no reason in particular. Regardless of beliefs or presuppositions surrounding the how and why it all works the way it does, the ability to make predictions about the movements of celestial objects is certainly not exclusive to any map or model of the Earth and its presumed place in the universe. From our Earth-based perspective and extremely limited knowledge or understanding of the ways of the universe, we simply are not privy to the origins or energy involved in celestial mechanics. At best, we can tell the time and make more accurate predictions of celestial movements with advancements in technology. But the most crucial prediction made by the globe model and its proponents that has never ever been proven to be true is the curvature we should be able to easily see and measure right here on Earth, anytime, anywhere, with equipment and resources that would cost a fraction of the budgets needed for pointing giant telescopes at the sky and building hadron colliders to discover new particles and give them a scientist's name. The dimensions of the globe Earth are cemented in a model that assumes the Earth curves in every direction and several inches each mile, taking us from the top of a ball, with no up or down, to the bottom down under. For every 10 miles we should see and measure a drop of almost 70 feet, 66.69 feet to be precise, according to the numerous Earth curvature calculators found online. Yet despite this assurance that the Earth is a ball of finite proportions, not a single measurement exists to claim these globe predictions are true when tested in the real world. Any other calculation, claim or observation of the sky or so-called scientific explanation for the intangible measurements made is prone to interpretation and misrepresentation to fulfill a bias or preference for a particular Earth model, which serves no other purpose than perpetuating a totally unfounded belief that has not and probably cannot be verified any time soon, given the thousands of years humanity has been following the stars already. On Flat Earth, regardless of the plethora of maps and models that we are at complete liberty to ponder and philosophize over, we can always comfortably predict that the Earth is measured flat and level across the entire plane, horizontally so, except of course for the valleys and hills dotting the terrain. While the true boundaries and mechanics of this realm remain undiscovered and wide open for further exploration, the reality we experience and measure to a great deal of accuracy, from rivers and construction projects to navigation and air travel, the earth beneath our feet is always measured flat. Nowhere on earth do we see rivers stop flowing downhill, or bulges of water on the horizon, which is not an edge or evidence of curvature, but an apparent band of convergence created by our vision when looking across a level plane. In fact, geometry offers a fitting scientific explanation for describing the nature of perspective and our subjective view of the earth and sky, which has been converted into an imaginary sphere beneath our feet by some very simple mathematical tricks. So while anyone from pilots to tradespeople can always predict and measure the earth to be horizontally level across thousands of miles, the globe earth believers and members of the Copernican revolutionary cult cannot make their curvature predictions come true. Many are fooled into believing curvature has been measured by surveyors, assuming Earth has a 3,900-mile radius and an imaginary centre where parallel lines eventually converge. Their orthographic illustrations are merely objective composites of their subjective and intangible observations through theodolites based on presupposed models that simply transforms horizontal level into an infinite curve. Any tangible measurements of curvature on the surface of the Earth remain a prediction that the globe Earth believers admit they cannot or will not ever attempt to measure. The globe model predicts that at a meagre distance of just 3 miles we see a horizon caused by curvature, which you can calculate to be a drop or curve of 6 feet, the height of a tall human. Yet even with the curvature said to be evident just a stone's throw away from anyone anywhere on the earth, especially near water, not a single measurement confirming this prediction has ever been made to date. You'd think anyone remotely serious about backing their heliocentric theory with an ounce of science would jump at the opportunity to demonstrate that the fundamental predictions of their model are undeniably true. But I, often labelled as a flat earther for questioning the science, can confidently predict that denial and excuses is all you'll ever hear from the hardcore heliocentrists, whose only excuse for their curvature predictions not coming true is that curvature can't be measured, so we won't even try. Instead, they'll demand that level is curved because that's how it is in their model, and you just have to accept it rather than earnestly testing it. A failure of cosmic proportions in the history of scientific discovery. Earth always predictably measures flat, and the geometry of perspective is the imaginary curve. Thanks for listening. That was Globe Predictions Never Proven True, which is just a small part, but crucial part, of the book I'm writing with the aim of helping even the most hardened space nuts understand what flat Earth is really all about, without the politics and the drama surrounding online debates. The book will be an easy way to flat smack friends and influence them, with some insight into the way minds and egos can be easily manipulated. If you'd like to support me in getting this book published in the coming months, please make a donation via the PayPal link in the description and on the Phuket Word channel page on YouTube. Or for a small fee, you can join the Phuket Word tribe on Patreon. Thank you very much.